Get some more light in here. Get some more light in here, man. There we go. Where we go now? Good people, good people, good people, good people. Yeah, we're gonna close this window. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Cool. Nice, freshly shaved. Alright, man. What's going on in the world today? I'll tell you. Somebody, somebody got popped at the embassy. Somebody got kidnapped at the embassy. There was a shooting at Drake's house. There was a shooting at Drake's house in his driveway, literally at his front door. Now, it's being reported that, well, let me not say being reported because it was on DJ Academics' Twitter page or whatever, right? So, don't do that, bro. Here, go over there with that. DJ Academics, that's my dog. This nigga like is like so attached he starts crying when he don't get attention. DJ Academics, he reported, well his Twitter page reported that I guess the security guard, one of Drake's security guards, which will be funny if it was the security guard that was in his Family Matters video. That would be very ironic. But one of Drake's security guards got shot. Literally from the picture, it seemed like they got the front door taped off. So it happened literally at his front door is what I'm guessing. Now, what was reported on DJ Academics' Twitter is that a security guard was shot, but it was a drive-by shooting. Here's the problem I have with that story. Drake lives in the rich part. So where Drake lives in Canada, in Toronto, is like equivalent to the city of Bel Air out here in Beverly Hills. I know y'all probably think, oh, Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Yes, that was an actual little community in Beverly Hills. The Bel Air community is completely gated off. The only way you can get into that community, you have to have an ID. Somebody that lives there has to let the front people know, hey, let this person in. I'm expecting them to come, right? So that's kind of like the setup at Drake's house, or where Drake lived. That community, it's a gated community. Gated communities have one way in, one way out. So the whole drive-by story, that doesn't. I'm not taking that. I'm not biting that. I'm not buying that at all. You mean to tell me some niggas drove up to this gated community, gave their ID information to whoever's at the front, that person let them in, they drive up to this man's house, let off a couple shots, they shoot somebody, then that same car made it out that gated community the same exact way. The only way that would be possible is if the security guard at the front was a part of that. If the security guard at the front gate of that gated community was involved in that shooting, that would be the only way that story would make sense to me. There's no way in hell I'm gonna believe that somebody, like I said, gave their ID information to the front security guard at the gate. The security guard let them in. They bust some shots, shoot a security guard, one of Drake's security guards, and make their way back out the same way they came. I'm not buying that story. I'm not buying that. That's BS. That's 110% BS. There's no way in hell that's gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Now, if Drake didn't live in a gated community, then yeah, okay, I would take that story because it happens out here in LA fucking almost all the time. We see what happened with Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke was at an Airbnb up in the hills of Hollywood, which is not gated off at all. Anybody can make their way up them hills. Anybody. So that would make more sense, right? If it was a situation like that. But it wasn't. Drake lives in a gated community. And this is Drake. Alright? So I'm pretty sure Drake doesn't live near the actual entrance gate. I'm pretty sure he lives a couple miles away from that entrance gate. And on top of that, where the shooting happened allegedly at his front door, because that's like the primary area that they have taped off is literally at his front door. If you look at Drake's house, Drake got that big ass gate in front of his driveway. It's like a couple, I wouldn't say a couple miles, that's a long ass driveway, but his front door is not super close to that front gate. It's not like somebody can shoot through that gate and that bullet is gonna travel and make his way around and hit a nigga at his front door. This is not the movies, my nigga. So a drive-by shooting, I am not buying that. I am not buying that at all. There's no way in hell a drive-by shooting is gonna take place at Drake's house, the biggest star in Toronto. There's no way in hell a drive-by shooting is going to take place in a gated community at Drake's house. And those people got away. Come on, bro. Really? Really? If anybody believes that, I'll pray for your IQ. Because that's, stop. That doesn't even make sense. There's no way in hell that's going to happen. So, and another thing, too. People are saying, oh, Kendrick, this what I'm not about to do. I'm not about to involve Kendrick in that at all. I see people are trying to do that. I'm not about to do that. There's no way in hell. It's not that serious for Drake. I mean, it's not that serious for Kendrick. It's not. Everything. I'm convinced. Everything that Drake was saying, oh, he beats his wife and all that shit. Everybody and their mama know that's a lie. Like, come on, stop it. It's more believable that you got babies out here that you ain't taking care of. Matter of fact, speaking of that, it's a female that came out over 10 years ago and said she had a son with Drake. This little boy looks exactly identical to Drake. Like, identical to this nigga. Like, there's no way you can look at this little boy and look at Drake and be like, yeah, bro, that's not your son. There's no way in hell. It's kind of crazy how much this little boy looked just like Drake. It's kind of wild. But anyway, I'm not about to put a drive-by shooting in Toronto, Canada on Kendrick. That's not about to happen. What I think could have happened, I think Drake is up there at that embassy right now, losing his mind. That's what I think. I think Drake is at the embassy, and he doesn't have like control of the situation. If you know Drake and you followed Drake's career from the very 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 beginning, when Drake doesn't have control of a situation, he starts losing his shits a little bit. He starts going a little batshit crazy a little bit. Drake doesn't have control of this whole Kendrick beef situation. He doesn't. Drake has been playing defense this entire beef. He's been outsmarted this entire beef, so much so that he's taking narratives that is being created on TikTok. The same thing that he was blaming Kendrick for, for taking stories on TikTok and trying to make it seem like it's true. He literally did the same exact thing. He took some stories off of TikTok, was like, oh, that sounds good. I'm gonna take that and try to make it seem like we actually came up with this whole fake kid story. Even on top of that, oh yeah, we came up like with the whole pedophile thing. And if you go on my page here on YouTube, his homeboy Baka Not Nice, this nigga was a whole sex trafficker, a human sex trafficker out here. And the police at the time of that case said we believe there to be more females of a younger demographic that he's trafficking as well. But he pleaded guilty to his case, so they stopped the investigation, which was smart on which was smart on Baca, because if they would have, if Baca Not Nice would have pleaded not guilty for that case, it would have been a whole shitstorm raining down on the entire OVO crew at that time. So it's like the pedophile allegations against Drake and his crew is at an all time high. Like it's nonstop. His OVO store over there in London just got vandalized. They just spray painted "Not Like Us" on the windows. Drake is losing control of this whole situation, and it's starting to snowball for him. I said this. I said this. What was Kendrick's first response? I can't think of the name of the song right now. But Kendrick's first response. Oh, Euphoria. I'm tripping. The Euphoria song. That song. It's like that song. Since the start of that song, I said this summer. This summer is going to be one of the worst summers Drake has ever had in his life. I said that. And so far, it's starting to go that way. It's starting literally to snowball in that direction. Drake Drake got these allegations against him and his homies. There's paperwork surfacing around that came out back in 2010 from this rapper from Toronto by the name of Paige. If you know Paige, Drake and Paige have a song together called "I'm Still Fly." I'm still fly, I'm sky high. I dare anybody to try to cut my wings. Right? That song. That song. After that song, Paige and Drake had a falling out. Paige was the real true gangster out there in Toronto. Paige is the one who put his arm around Drake and kind of gave him that street cred a little bit out there as far as Toronto goes, right? Some shit happened with them to where they not cool anymore. But before Drake's first album, Thank Me Later, before his first album, Drake gets robbed for an AP, for a chain, and like $2,000, right? He was with a female and somebody else at the time. These two gentlemen who robbed Drake, they they robbed Drake. The police found them because they saw the car going the wrong way down a one way. So they follow him, catch him, and everything like that, right? The chief of police out there in Toronto at the time said Drake, he is he's not trying to help us with the investigation, but he's also not saying that he doesn't want to help. So Drake was giving the police little information here and there. And when it came down to testify, Drake probably thought about it and was like, yeah, nah, this not gonna look good on me in the future. Let me not testify. So Drake was smart in that situation. I mean, he still helped the police with the investigation, but when it came down to testify, he said no, he's gonna drop the charges on it, right? There's paperwork of that floating around. It's been floating around since 2009, 2010, just nobody really looked into it. So, all of these things from Drake's past is starting to come to the forefront, right? You got that coming to the forefront. Drake and his team is being exposed for some cases that look crazy. Like me, I don't give a damn. If you my homie and you got sex trafficking and rape cases against you, I'm not rocking with you, bro. I'm not cool with you. You feel what I'm saying? Like when Baca pleaded guilty to his sex trafficking case and he got like 6 months. As soon as he got out of jail, Drake immediately signed this nigga to a deal. On my nose. Let me blow my nose. Alright. Ugh, sorry, I had snot. Like that was like, ugh, it was disgusting. And I didn't want to keep snorting and shit all on camera. That shit sounds nasty. But anyway, like I say, Drake is starting to snowball a little bit. Uh, I ain't gonna lie, the boy look kind of crazy out here. You feel me? So like all this stuff is happening to him. The allegations of the secret children, which that little boy, he's now in middle school. He's a big ass little boy. He's now in middle school. The female that said she got pregnant by Drake and had a son with him, she's in the industry. Like she's in the industry behind the scenes. So much so, her and what's that girl from the City Girls? Not young JT. Her and JT is really good friends with her and the little boy that look exactly like Drake. It's crazy. All of this stuff is starting to come to the forefront. Everything like the real person Drake is behind the scenes is starting to come to the forefront. Then all of this happens, right? Then out of nowhere, somebody gets shot at the embassy. Which, like I say, that whole story. Now it's DJ Academics reporting it on his Twitter. You know, it's kind of like some things that's reported on his Twitter is accurate. Sometimes it's not. Right? A lot of you feel me. Sometimes it's good information. A lot of times it's kind of like, nah, it's not. That's BS, right? But he knows Drake. They got a good relationship. So the story that DJ Academics is putting out there could be true. Who knows? But the fact that that story of a drive-by shooting happened at Drake's house, I'm not buying that, bro. Oh no, on like that just doesn't make sense. To live in a gated community, like I say, the only way that story makes sense, a drive-by happened at his house. The only way that story makes sense, like I said, is if the security guard at the gate was in on it. That there's no way in hell somebody is going to get in a gated community. Like I say, in order to get in a gated community, the person who lives in the gated community has to call and be like, hey, has to call the front and be like, hey, I'm expecting these people to come, let them in, right? Then when those people get there, they have to give their ID so the person can see, okay, yeah, all right, all right, yeah, go ahead, you're on the list, go ahead and go through. So you mean to tell me that process happened? They get up to Drake's house, which his front door where the shooting happened at is like not that close to his front gate. If you see Drake's front gate, that's a big ass gate. There's no way in hell somebody got in a gated community, drove up to this nigga's big ass gate, let off a couple shots, shot his security guard, drove off, and made his way back out through the gated community. Oh, appreciate you. Proto Zeus 76. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the subscribe. Appreciate you. Thank you. Love, peace, and happiness to you, my brother. Um, yeah, it's just that it just doesn't make sense, yo. It honest to God doesn't make sense at all. Now, me living in LA, I'm from LA, from the West Coast, born and raised. Me being from LA, right? Not even just LA, me being from the West Coast, I've I dibbled and dabbled. You feel me? In the street activity. I've robbed houses and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So I robbed houses out there in Palm Springs, right? In Palm Springs, there is no gated communities. So it's very easy to get in there, get into a house, get what you need and bounce, right? Out here in LA, you think it's related to the shooting at Cash XO's place. Let me know more. Matter of fact, I saw that. I saw that where it said there was another shooting that happened, what, like not like a couple hours or an hour before the shooting at Drake's house happened. Now, I wouldn't put it past it. Not, I wouldn't put it past it. For people who think that these rappers, no matter how soft these rappers are, no matter how much of a bitch you think these rappers are, as far as R&B singers and rappers, the people that they have around them are the ones who gonna crash out. So I think it may be back and forth between him and the weekend. It could be the weekend. The weekend got people with him too. You feel what I'm saying? The weekend got just as much shooters are making TikToks. That's what I'm saying. But like it's like with the weekend and Drake. The weekend and Drake, they by no means are they street people. By no means are they gangsters in any form of fashion. Now, granted, I'm not gonna put a shooting off on somebody. That's just what I'm just not gonna do that. But I wouldn't put it past the fact that it could be some XO OVO situation going on. I wouldn't put it past that at all. I would not put that past like that. It could be, but I'm not gonna put a shooting off on somebody. But it could be. Feel what I'm saying? It's just the fact that, like I say, Drake is starting to snowball. Like I said it when Euphoria came out. As soon as I heard Kendrick say, "Don't tell no lies about me, and I won't tell truths about you." As soon as I heard that man say that, I was like, okay. If you look at the landscape of everything that's happening right now, and all the people that are distancing themselves from Drake, 9 times out of 10, when you see a bunch of people distance themselves from a celebrity, it's usually because they know something is getting ready to happen and they don't want to be a part of it. It's happening with Diddy. It's happened. Shit, it happened with Murder Inc. back in the day. It happens with a lot of people. With a lot of these celebrities, granted, all these celebrities know there is some dirt going on with each other. That's why Kendrick stays out of the industry, which is a smart thing to do. All of these people have dirt on each other. All of these people, all of these celebrities behind the scenes, these record execs, these movie companies, all these people got dirt on these celebrities. So when you see people distancing themselves from a certain celebrity, just like what's going on with Drake right now, like I say, it's 9 times out of 10, something is getting ready to happen. It's like I say, as soon as Kendrick said, "Don't tell no lies about me, and I won't tell truths about you," and you see Future, and you see Metro, and you see The Weeknd, and you see ASAP, and you see shit. Even J. Cole at this point seems like he's distancing himself from Drake. If you notice, he got off of that tour before it was even finished. You feel what I'm saying? So I truly believe between now and the end of the summer, Drake's entire career is going to come crumbling down. I truly, honestly believe that. And please, please, screenshot this, save this, whatever. Because when it happens, you're going to be like, damn, Travell did tell us about it. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Drake's career, Drake's entire world within this summer, between now and the end of the summer, is going to be so much information that comes out about Drake and the things he does on his private time is going to destroy him. I'm telling you, I can see it coming. I can literally see it coming. It's going to happen. There's no way in hell it's not going to happen. Drake has so many skeletons in his closet, bro. And it seems like 2024 has been the year of exposure. Everybody in the industry behind the scenes is getting exposed. Drake is next. I truly, truly believe that. Drake is next. Drake will be the next celebrity that gets exposed for whatever he's doing behind closed doors. It gets to a point to where a lot of these celebrities get to a point to where they think they're untouchable. They think, okay, I've been doing this for so long and I haven't get caught yet. There's no way I can get caught. I build up this power. I've done so much that there's no way I can be held accountable for the things that I'm doing behind the scenes. Diddy probably thought that. That's why he kept doing what he was doing. Look at Diddy right now. Diddy about to Diddy is like damn near about to unalive himself. I hate to say that because I don't believe in it. But Diddy is going through so much BS right now. Diddy about to unalive himself. And that's just facts, bro. I'm not saying he will, but you can look at him and tell he thinking about it. Oh, he's thinking about it. But with Drake, man, I think it's best for Drake to sit down. And when I say sit down, I mean sit down. Don't do no Instagrams. Don't do no TikToks. Don't do no interviews. Don't drop any music. Don't do nothing. Oh, my nose right now. Ugh, it's disgusting me. But don't do anything, Drake. Don't do a damn thing. Don't make any music. Don't drop any music. Don't do nothing. Just sit back, go on vacation like you said you was gonna do. Take this summer off. Don't come back until next year. Don't do anything. Don't say anything. Don't like anything. Don't comment on anything. Drake's best bet right now is to go in hiding. Just go away. Not forever, but just go away for a couple months, Drake. Because, bro, it is not looking good for you right now, light skin. For you to think that people are going to believe the BS that you said in the Heart Part 6 is already coming to fruition that nobody believes you. If you think real street niggas, real people who have been involved in shootouts and home invasions and shit like that, if you really think people are going to believe that a drive-by shooting happened at your house and you live in a gated community, if you believe that, come on, man. Come on. Stupidity is one hell of a drug, is what I like to say. There's no way in hell Drake's house got shot up in a drive-by. Whoever shot Drake's security was in that house already. Whoever let off some shots at Drake's house was in the house already. And when that information comes out, it's gonna be bad. Obviously, them niggas was. This is what it seems like. It seems like Drake had an OVO meeting. He called all the people from OVO, security guards, everybody from OVO. Had everybody sit down. They all started talking, trying to figure out their next play, the conversation got heated, and somebody got shot. So this is what I feel. Excuse me. This is what I feel. I feel like Drake got into an argument with somebody. That certain somebody had a pistol on him. Drake's security guard was doing his job and trying to protect Drake from getting popped. I honestly think whoever, like I said, there's no way in hell it was a drive-by shooting. Just get that out your mind. That no, there's no way in hell that was a drive-by shooting. Whoever shot that security guard was trying to shoot Drake. Whoever tried to shoot Drake is somebody that Drake knows. And he's putting, him and his team is putting out this drive-by shooting to try to cover it up. Whoever shot Drake's security guard was trying to shoot him. And whoever tried to shoot him was in that house already. There's like, there's no way in hell you're gonna convince me otherwise. You feel me? But that's it for that. If more details come out, for sure, I'll hop right back on live and we can talk about it, discuss it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Appreciate Proto for subscribing. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the people who tuned in. Yeah, just be on the lookout, man. Like I say, this year, this summer is gonna be one hell of a summer for Drake. And if he doesn't go away in hiding, it's only gonna get worse. Love, peace, and happiness. Oh, by the way, new music dropped. I got music. I do music. New music just dropped. Pastors are scumbags. Yes, that's the name of the song. Spotify, Apple Music, all that shit. Make sure you go run those streams up. Appreciate y'all.